Good morning, beautifuls. So let's talk sugar addiction, food addiction. This is something that I have been wanting to talk about for a while, but sometimes I really don't say anything because, to be honest, everybody looks at me and thinks, oh, you're so skinny and healthy. And nobody really takes sugar addiction or food addiction seriously. Not like they do alcohol or drugs or anything like that. But the reality is food addiction is just as serious. And I've been really trying to figure out why we don't take it seriously. Those of you who really truly know me know that I'm addicted to sugar. And I'm kind of a closet eater, literally. I'm a closet eater. I work part-time as a nanny, and there's brownies and cookies and candy and cakes and pies. Cakes and pies, cakes and pies. Name that movie. Anyway, squirrel. So I just wanted to share this with you guys because I think it's something that we need to talk about. And I think it's something that we need to be more mindful of when it comes to other people. And before you go straight to the whole sensitive snowflake thing, because many of you do, here's the deal. We're kind of assholes. Really, we are. So if you think about it, I live in Texas, and Texas is all about the beer. You know, we go out to the dance halls and drink some beer, and literally my whole adult life, or before my adult life, and we have such a huge, it's alcohol is a big thing. I'm sure it is everywhere else, but in Texas it's a big thing. And there's a lot of pressure to drink. And I've dealt with it my whole life. But my dad's side of the family, addiction is huge, drugs and alcohol. And I've been terrified of that. I lost my dad drinking and driving when I was 8 years old. And I lost a lot of people to suicide, to drugs, to alcohol. And I've never really cared for it. So if I did drink, it was once in a blue moon, and I would do it hardcore and regretted it. And so I never cared for it. And growing up, I would either not have a drink, or I would have a drink and I would nurse it, right? People would joke and be like, you need a nibble for that beer? And I'd be like, yeah, give me one. This was after I finally realized that I didn't give a damn what people thought. And anyway, I just wanted to tell you guys, like, we really need to be more mindful of each other because that's a struggle. And I wasn't an alcoholic, right? So I can't even imagine what the struggle would be like if you were an alcoholic. And I had people that I loved with addiction and watched how they struggled with it. And when you're around it all the time, it's nearly impossible to say no. So, which brings me to food and sugar. And I feel like we enable each other a lot, and we push our friends and family to do things that they don't want to do because we're doing it. And maybe it's the cool thing to do, or maybe we have that shame ourselves and we don't want to do it alone. Whatever the reason, we got to stop. And we need to quit judging a book by its cover, right? So just because someone's overweight doesn't mean that they're in the closet eating cakes and pies. And just because they're skinny doesn't mean that they're not. Because I am. I really am. I'm in the closet eating cakes and pies. I'm one of the people that, preach and preach and preach about eating healthy and how sugar is really bad for you, especially if you have cancer, which, by the way, don't get it twisted. Not all sugars are bad. There's good sugars like fruit, things like that, and actually good for you. But it's the bad processed kind that's really, really, really bad for you. Of course, everything in moderation, right? But the bad sugars, we shouldn't have it all, not even in moderation. And I know that's no fun, and it's like not the cool thing to do, and it makes you no fun, and you're not the life of the party when you're talking about how you can't have all these fun sugar stuff. But reality is we shouldn't be eating it. It's crap. And it causes disease, and it causes fatigue, and it causes Gut health is extremely, extremely important because everything is geared towards the gut. Emotionally, physically, everything starts in the gut. Almost every disease and issue stems from that. So, anyway, my point being, we need to be more mindful of each other and we need to have each other's backs. And instead of being like, come on, man, have a drink, or hurry up, lift the bottle, come on, drink it, man, come on, let's go. Or, oh, what, you're too skinny, eat a cake, you need to eat more. Like, we got to stop doing that. And we need to be cheerleaders for those who are actually trying to do good. I struggle with my family and my friends, and I am not fun, right? I'm the one who's like taking all the fun out of it and nagging and being that annoying person that's like, don't do this, don't do that, let's eat this way. And I struggle with it. So when my family is not eating healthy, then I have a tendency to not eat healthy. And I really want to change that stigma to where healthy eating can be fun, right? So for instance, I made a shake this morning. Like, it looks disgusting, right? I actually put a lot more greens in it than fruit because I need the vegetables, right? I need that nutrients. But it's actually really tasty. You can actually find recipes, and it's all about the seasoning, right? You can find some really, really great recipes that are really, really tasty, and you can still have a good time. And guess what? You're going to feel amazing. Every single time that I reboot myself and get back into eating healthy and taking better care of myself, I feel amazing. It's really early in the morning. Actually, it's not as early as it was, but I got up really early this morning, and I got up and I had some hot water with a couple drops of lemon oil, and I felt good. And then I made my smoothie, and I put Slim and Sassy oil in it. Don't let the name fool you, right? Okay, Slim and Sassy. It's not necessarily about losing weight. I don't need to lose weight. I'm skinny mini, okay? It's the way it is. And this is actually really great for cravings. So if you're at work and you can't eat lunch for a while, this is really good. Put a drop in your water. Or if you have sugar cravings like me, and I have them so super bad. I'm craving sugar all the time, and it's a huge battle that I have. So I put a couple drops in my shake this morning, and it's good. It's tasty. So anyway, there's things that we can do for ourselves. There's things that we can do for each other to have each other's backs and stop being assholes and pushing people to do things that they really shouldn't. That's not good for them. Because here's the thing. It's an interesting dynamic. So before I had cancer, people were pushing me to do bad things, right? Then I get cancer, and they're pushing me to do good things and getting mad when I don't take care of myself. But it's interesting that it was only the time that I was battling cancer. But here's a news flash for you guys. Everybody has cancer cells in their body. I personally, I'm not a doctor, don't quote me, but I personally think that everybody's had cancer at some point in their life. We feed ourselves with toxins of so many proportions, and we've got to take better care of ourselves, and we've got to be better for our people. So don't push people to do things that they shouldn't. Support them when they're doing what's right. Love on them. Don't judge a book by its cover. You don't know what people are going through or why. And just love yourselves. Sorry that was so long. Thank you if you have stuck through this whole entire thing, because that was a full almost 10 minutes now. So I love your guts, and I hope you guys have a fabulous day. And if you stuck through this whole thing, thank you. I love you. I appreciate you. And I'll talk at you later. Peace out.